last name?
Yep.
All right. So I'm Omar Badar. I went to Reed Middle School. I attended the Pingree School, and I'm currently at Tufts University. And at the moment, my major is in computer science, but I'm also thinking about double majoring in music. So what inspired me to go to prep at Pingree was it's a funny story. So I hadn't heard about Pingree at all. Like my mind was a bubble of only public schools. And then my eighth grade science teacher introduced me to the whole prep at Pingree application and told me what it was about. And she had a lot of insight because her husband works at Pingree. So she got to know a lot about that, and that sort of influenced me to sort of try it out and see what was on the outside scope of just public schools and see what private schools were like for the first time. I'd say prep at Pingree's impacted me. Okay. I'd say prep at Pingree's impacted me in a way that it sort of taught me to take it one step further, because before I even thought about prep at Pingree, my mind was only on like public school. I would attend a public high school, play football, and then probably go to college for football and something like that. But going to prep at Pingree sort of taught me a lot of things I hadn't learned in middle school. A lot more complicated maths, a lot more analytical reading. That sort of prepared me for a higher level education, and that started to get me to think about like what I could do for an occupation. Like I didn't really think about programming before I really entered prep at Pingree, and then further on to Pingree, and sort of that preparation sort of helped me further my education, and it continues to help me further my education. So my most memorable experience at prep at Pingree would have to be the canoe trip my first year. And so I was on the boat with another person and our current English teacher at the time, Mr. Merson Johnson. And I want to say like halfway into the canoe trip, we were pretty stable, and then all of a sudden the boat starts tipping to the right, and then I just throw myself to the left. I was in the front of the boat, so I was trying to stabilize it, and it worked. Everything was fine. And then I looked back, and Miss Jefferson Johnson wasn't in the boat anymore. And I was curious as to where she went. And then I want to say like 3 or 4 seconds later, I just see someone emerging from the water. It was pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. It's probably my most favorite moment from Peppa Pig. So a piece of advice I would give is definitely try it out and apply, because Prep at Pingree is a place where there's not really like, if there is a negative, I've yet to find it, but it's a great place to learn a lot more about what you're currently studying, because in my experience, my public school didn't really teach me a lot, sort of just about math or like analytically reading or analyzing an essay at all. And when I got to prep at Pingree, that really helped me build those skills so that I could apply myself to a further education, instead of maybe just the local public school. Or even if I were to go to a public school for high school, I feel like prep at Pingree would have given me those skills to do a lot better than what I would have just going into it without doing the program. So I would say I reach back to me means connecting back with Prep at Pingree after being away for a bit. Like, for example, being at college, you sort of have so many tasks and responsibilities that you start to forget about what happened in the past and sort of like what experiences you went through. But sort of I reach back is reestablishes or strengthens that connection and sort of support system that Prep at Pingree offers to its alumni and to its current students. So I feel like I reach back is a way to stay connected with current students and former students, and to sort of continue to grow the sort of Prep at Pingree family in a sense.
How would you do that? How would you connect it?
I feel like you would want to host events, reach out to students, have this one-on-one meeting that we're having now, maybe perhaps alumni events specific to just bringing back people from the 2 years. So maybe like a group of eighth graders and a group of seventh graders that were in the same class, and sort of potentially bringing back a bunch of alumni from separate years, and sort of like continuing to connect to other alumni with alumni that they perhaps may have not met, and to reconnect with the ones that they have met and have known for quite a long time.